Hello friends, it's Monday, which means we have a lot of sales going out. I think I counted 49, around $1,100 worth. So I'm gonna jump right in. I do have a few here already. These ones are things that sold like pretty quickly to where I hadn't even bagged them up yet. Or some plates that I keep right here in one of our cabinets. Hope everyone had a good weekend. All right, first thing going out is this Faraday. It's I think it's called the Legend sweater shirt. So basically it almost is like a flannel, but it's like stretchy shirt, like a sweater fleece almost. This I got at Goodwill for $7.99 and it sold in probably about a week for someone offered $40 on Posh. So that's awesome. I actually found 3 of these in a row that day. So the other 2 have not sold yet, but I'm expecting those ones to sell for about the same. And then these are a pair of Lululemon, just got some dust, Wonder Under cropped leggings. These are from the bins and they sold in just a few days for $34 with discount shipping on Poshmark. This is a pair of Anthropologie little dessert plates. These I actually bought for myself probably a year or 2 ago off Poshmark and I did use them. Then I went ahead and relisted them. I had my cost of goods as $14.65. I think I bought these with like partially credit from when you guys joined with my code. So I always appreciate that. I'm cheap and I don't usually buy a whole lot unless I have credit or something like that. So yeah, it's nice to get something like this where I would never buy this for myself, but when I have credit, it's just like a little treat. So anyways, I had $14.65 out of pocket into these, used them, and then they sold on eBay for $29.96 plus shipping. Okay, and then these Hokas sold basically overnight from when I listed them. These are the Challenger ATX 6, like more of a trail running sneaker. These I got from Plato's for $14, although I'm sure I used some sort of credit from bins items that day, so probably a little less out of pocket. And yeah, they sold so fast for $48.56 plus shipping. Okay. Now in the boxes, starting with FC. This is just the brand Loft, a little floral blouse from the bins. Someone offered 10. They actually offered 7 and I declined and they came up to 10. I think I only had it listed around 18. But you know, it's Loft. That usually I'm thinking 10 to 15 for something like this. So I went ahead and accepted the 10. It was just a few days after being listed, but yeah, I'm happy to just make a little quick profit. Okay, easy. Got men's Wrangler Pearl Snap. This is new at Tag. This is like kind of, I think it's from Walmart. So Wrangler has different lines and some of them are nicer than others. But I noticed the tag on this one was only like $20 retail anyways. So this sold, it did sell fast, $14.96 plus ship. I believe I got this on Whatnot, so around $5 was my cost of goods. Right, at a bundle sale, EO and ES. All right, this is both Childhood's brand shirts. These were both my son's. One he never wore. The bundle sold on eBay for $28.74 plus shipping. So I'm sure there's no profit there because I probably paid at least 20 bucks for this one. But making back some money is always great. All right, EH. I almost wasn't going to do like a what sold today because a lot of these sales are just, so I turned on a 40% off sale on like half of my eBay store over the weekend. So I did sell a bunch of things, but they're not for like a lot of money, but then I was like, every time I like cut the what sold like in half or say I'm only showing you $20 and up, I get comments saying you guys like to see it all. So I'm still recording though it sold, and I'm going to show you every single thing, even stuff like this that sold for $8.97. This is Slumberkins. I used to love this brand. I mean, I still love it, but when my kids were little, we like collected all of them in the books and read them. But this one I found at the bins. I think this might have been the only time I found a Slumberkins at the bins. These used to sell for like 30 bucks, even pre-owned, but yeah, now $8.97, which is still pretty good for like, this weighs only like an ounce or two. All right, FN. Got another Faraday item. These ones are some women's pants. So I've noticed the men's stuff does a lot better in the brand. These I've had for almost a year listed. They finally sold for $29.96 plus shipping, which I think is still great. They're from the bins, so. But yeah, the men's shirt sold in just like a couple days. And then I noticed when I went to delist that off eBay, the men's shirt, it had like 10 watchers. So I always think it's crazy. Okay, FP. This is a pair of Torrid denim shorts. They are new at tag. These I believe are from Whatnot, so let's say about $5 into them. Someone offered $17. I did accept. They've been listed several months. These are a size 26. I do love selling plus size. I noticed I feel like over like a 22 gets a little bit harder to sell. Harder as in like usually just takes a while longer. So, you know, 5 into 17 isn't the best flip, but it's also decent. These did get shipped right to my house. I just took a few photos. So to make $7 or $8 profit, I think is still worth my time. Okay, FJ. Okay. This is the brand Little Sleepies. You guys probably saw in the last What Sold, I sold that cute little onesie. This is just an adult shirt, actually. This was my personal one. I bought it straight from the website, but like on clearance. So I think I paid $10 and it finally sold for $17 with discount shipping on Poshmark. So I believe I'm just making back my $10, which is great since I got somewhere out of it. All right, got a bundle. FG. All right, this is actually a viewer bundle going out to Debbie. So thank you so much, Debbie. We've got 3 items totaling $73.01 plus shipping. First one is this Prana shorts. Those I got from the bins. Eddie Bauer women's, like a hiking, I think capri or crop pant from the bins. And then this is a men's short. This is the brand Rab. These ones I got from a normal thrift for $3. So thank you so much, Debbie. I hope you love those items. Perfect for this time of year. All right, EO. This is American Girl doll, just like a little overall. I think it was Blair's gardening overalls. So this is not the whole outfit or anything. If you had the whole outfit, I feel like it was going for like 50 bucks. But just for this, I got $22.46 plus shipping. I got this from the bins. It weighs probably not even an ounce. I'm loving selling those American Girl like clothes and accessories. All right, ET. Okay. Some BOC sandals, little floral leather from the bins, $14.97 plus shipping. EU. This actually sold really fast, probably in less than a day. I think it's the brand Maya. It's like a ring sling, a baby wrap. So I got this from the bins. Shout out Lisa, I believe you're the one that passed it to me. So many people at the bins give me stuff, so I believe this is from Lisa. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I do take a lot of baby carriers to Once Upon a Child, but they don't take the ring sling ones. So originally I was going to just put this in my consignment bin for the fall, but I looked up comps and I saw the sell-through was good, and I saw some comps around 30. So that's about what I listed mine for, and it sold for $26.21 plus ship. So I think that's great. Okay, got another bundle. Oh, actually we're headed in. I did my labels a little different this way. So normally we're here, then there, then there. So we're going to go there first just because I only have a few in there, and we'll finish off over here. So let me move the camera. All right. So yes, we have a bundle. 2 of them are in GK and 1 in GE. This is actually going out to our viewer, Jamie. Thank you so much. She bundled 2 Maurice's bralettes. And these are the brand Natural Reflections, just a pair of sandals. All of these things are from the bins. And I sent her an offer of $26 for the bundle, which she accepted. So thank you so much, Jamie. I hope you love those. Okay, GG. This is the brand Lively. I don't know anything about it, but you guys know I love to pick up bras at the bins. This one was new at tag. It sold for $7.39 plus shipping. GL. Eddie Bauer men's plaid button up from the bins, $12.72 plus shipping. GV. This one's a women's Pendleton flannel. It's cotton, not wool. The wool ones sell for quite a bit more. This one's also an extra small, so it sold for $9.71 plus ship. So not the best. If it was like an XL plus, it probably would have been at least 20 bucks. All right, and yeah, last one in this room is FW. All right, this is a really nice men's Columbia vest with like a fleece lining. I did get it from the bins, and it sold for $26.21 plus shipping. All right, I don't know if you guys can see him, but Reese is right here. He decided to join me. Okay, we're looking in AQ. Got a pair of Carhartt women's ripstop shorts from the bin, sold for $13.46 plus shipping. CN. Pair of women's Hey Dudes. These are new at tag. I bought these at a regular Goodwill for $12.99. They sold for $29.96 plus shipping, so probably just about doubling my money. Okay, BN. Pair of Chubby's men's swim trunks. These ones I've had for a while, probably like close to a year. I did pay $6.99 at a regular thrift store. They sold for $18.52 plus shipping. BH. Right, men's Columbia PFG shirt. This one is from the bins and sold for $18.71 plus shipping. AR. This is Marmot, just a men's plaid button down from the bins. Got $13.46 plus shipping on that one. N. This is the brand, I think it's Valerie Stevens. I only wrote Valerie on my label, but This is not like a brand that I normally would pick up, but this was 100% merino wool. It just felt really soft and it was in very good condition at the bin, so I did grab it. I got $14.97 plus shipping on that one. AD. Alright, this took forever to sell. It's just a Rock Band t-shirt. It is from the bins, but it finally sold probably after a year for $10.09 plus shipping. AH. Pair of Sam Edelman Gladiator sandals from the bins. These sold for $13.45 plus ship. CR. I don't know how you say this brand. That's the tag. CIRQUE. It is just like a golf head club cover with the Colorado flag on it. Someone offered $17 on Posh today, so I went ahead and accepted. I did find that at the bins. Okay, box B. This is an REI men's button-up shirt from the bin. Someone offered $15. Actually, I think someone accepted the offer. I don't know. One of those two things, obviously. Yeah, $15. So happy with that. DO. This is the brand Aerie. It is new at tag, just a very basic t-shirt. I believe I got this from Whatnot, so let's say $5 is my cost. Into someone offered $15. I did accept that. AB. This is the brand Kite Baby, super cute, like orca whale print. This is from the bins. This is like another one of the bamboo baby clothes. So I would say look out for this brand, you know, definitely at the bins. Someone offered $15. I thought I could get at least $20, but it's been listed a few months, so I did accept $15. All right, box R. Sorry, I stepped on Reese's foot. Pair of J. Crew Factory black denim. This I actually bought from Uptown Cheapskate. I don't remember how much, but I bought them for myself and I just did not ever end up wearing them, so I listed them. Someone offered me 10. I'm sure I paid probably 12 to 15, but they've been listed several months, so I'm just taking the little bit of a loss and getting at least $7 back. Okay, DW. This is an Aerie little crop from the bins. I thought that the buy sell trades might take this. Neither of them did. I listed it and it sold for $14. Okay, AQ. What am I looking for? Under Armour tank top. Just a very basic men's Under Armour tank top. I always tell you guys this is bread and butter, $10 to $15 pretty much all day long. And yeah, this one sold for $11.21 plus ship. Alright, BA. This one's, I debated on whether or not to even show you this one. Just because of what it says on it. But I won't say it, but if you want to look at what it says, you can. I got this from the bins just because it was new with tag. It weighs hardly anything. It sold in just a day or two for $9.95 plus shipping. Okay, box box AE. This is the brand Gibson Latimer. This is new at tag. I believe I got this from Whatnot and that I wanted to try it on, but it didn't work for me. So I listed it and it sold for $10.76 plus ship, so not a ton of profit. DS. Very basic CJ Banks hooded shirt. I believe this is from the bins. I believe I wanted to try it on. And it's like a cotton modal blend, and I love modal fabric, but I didn't like this shirt on me, so I listed it and got $7.39 plus shipping. Okay, BN. LL Bean women's seersucker button up from the bin, $17.97 plus ship for that one. CG. This is Rip Curl men's like swim trunks not from the bins. I got these on Whatnot, so let's say $5 into $14.97 plus ship. CR. This is Columbia. I don't think it's PFG. This was one of Chris's old shirts, so definitely not making any profit here, but it sold for $11.97 plus shipping. So making back like 10 bucks. KDA. This one is the lowest sale I've made in probably a very long time. I know nothing about this brand. It's Broadway and Broom. The only reason I bought these is because they were 100% silk. So when I felt them in the bins, I was like, oh, those are soft. So I grabbed them. You know, they weigh like 2 ounces. They've been listed probably 2 years. And they finally sold for $2.97 plus shipping, thanks to my 40% off sale. So, you know, that's not obviously much of, if any, profit, but I'm getting a couple bucks back for myself, and I know not to pick that up again. So, all right, CW. All right, this is a Tommy Bahama men's like thermal from the bins. I got $14.97 plus shipping for that one. All right, and last sale, box P. Okay, some Vibram 5-finger shoes. I can't believe these still sell well. Like, these have been doing pretty well for years at this point. This pair is from the bins, and it sold. Someone accepted the Posher VA offer. $47 on Poshmark. All right, friends, that is all I have for us today. I only have about an hour till school pickup, so I'm going to run upstairs, get these all packed up. Chris is in the garage doing some work on the cars, so I'm going to ask if he will help me today just to do it a little bit quicker. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly what the next video is going to be, but tomorrow I'm just gonna be in town doing some stuff anyway, so I'll probably just bring y'all with me. I'm sure we'll stop in a thrift or two, maybe bins. Yeah, I'm really not sure, but that will probably be my thrift day for this week, because then the next video after that will probably be a work at the house here with me, because I have a lot to catch up on. I thought I was going to be able to catch up a lot during spring break. I was like, oh, well, the kids are home anyways, so I could just do some work here with them here, but that did not work out. So I have a lot of extra stuff to catch up on, and it's easier when I can just show you guys what I'm doing too, because then it feels like I have some coworkers. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave me a comment if you want. Tell me how your weekend was. Tell me anything you want. I love to read the comments of my coworkers. And yeah, I will just see you all in the next one. Bye, friends.